gentlemen, turn your speakers up. It's time for the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. A podcast discussing all things AEW and WWE. Oh yeah! Let's meet the hosts. First, a man hailing from the hub city in Indiana. He goes by @2SweetKyle on Twitter. The host, Kyle Gagliardi. And your co-host, hailing from the Valley of Lake Tahoe. He goes by @JimTuck89 on Twitter. Jim Tucker. And last but not least, hailing from the cornfield somewhere in Indiana, the full-time part-timer, Ian Garavaglia. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram @PodOnTheMark.
What is going on, everyone? You're listening to the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast, hosted by the Marks, for the Marks, and I am your host, Mr. OTM Kyle Gagliardi, and I'm joined by my good friend, Jim Tucker, or as I like to call him, Tucky!
What's going on, Kyle? It's you, and it's I, and this week. We're kicking it old school plus with the full-time part-timer @Ian Garavaglia. Ian, sup, dog?
What's up, dog? Yeah, we've got some 2022 vibes going on right now with the three of us.
This is so odd, even though our podcast is based off of us three.
I was about to say, it's no, I mean, it's been like 3 weeks since we had us three on here, but that's okay. We got a lot of wrestling to talk about, boys.
Yeah, you decided to take the week off, so how was your week off? You get some things accomplished?
No, because we played a big old softball tournament at night, and it started at 7:30 p.m. We got finished with our last game, lost in the championship, and I left the softball field at 11:15 p.m.
Okay.
On a weekday. This is a Thursday night, by the way.
And you're an old boy at heart.
No one was feeling it. No one was there anymore. But yes, I am. That was brutal. And it's about 30 minutes away from my place, so.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
So late night for you Thursday night. We had a good time though. Me and Tuck we were throwing it old school with the OG OTM duo. Tuck, this is now a week 3, I think, in a row for you. This is a new streak. This is a big deal.
Last week I was heating up, and today I'm on fire. Shout out NBA Jam.
Great game.
Comment for the chat to get us going.
New night, by the way.
You get an NBA Jam team to play basketball, but it has to be WWE or AEW wrestlers. Which
NBA Jam was 2 players, right?
NBA Jam, 2 players.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm taking Obafemi because I need some
Omos.
size. Oh yeah. Omos played basketball. Yeah. All right, that's a great first pick. I took Oba. All right, you need a big now, Tuck.
That's bullshit.
Who's your big? You need a big.
Yeah.
Oh, and then it's just a knockout punch every time someone goes for a dunk.
No. I'm going. Who am I going with? I want Montez Ford. My hybrid was like a big and an athlete.
Yeah, that's what I was going for too. That's why I got my big.
Chris Mullins' 3-point rating in the original NBA Jam. He cooked.
That's a deep cut.
Give me Montez and the Great Khali.
Wow.
Oh.
Not much movement going on down low with the Great Khali.
Nope.
Oh,
They call
Ricochet.
it post
Ricochet's my
for a
second.
reason.
I got to come up with a good one. You know what? I'm just going to get John Cena in there. John Cena and Obafemi. Why not? Let's do it. That'd be an interesting combo. Hey, we're not going to see it in the Last Time Is Now tournament, unfortunately. I know we've been talking. Oh, look at your girlfriend decided to stop by. She's trying to win MVM. And she said the blood guts.
Immediately after Bill Moss says, I'm the only dude in the chat, thinks he's running away with it. Immediate
challenge.
competition. Britney's music hits.
Let's go.
Ian, let us. Why don't you give us a bit of Britney's theme music?
What's your favorite artist? Do you know?
I actually don't know because she's kind of all over the place.
most
She's
girls?
like she's not like most girls. No, she's like
Nope.
country. It's got to be some soft country. I
Yeah.
would say something around those lines. Yeah, it's
Soft
nice and chill.
country.
Soft country.
Soft country.
Ain't hard country.
I'm not saying this out loud, Bill, because I'll get in trouble because my machine's listening right by me. But hey, you guys can see it's a different night. We're live on a Wednesday. We typically do this on Thursday, but we wanted to make sure that we had us three in the house. It's a big week because Raw was at MSG. NXT was also at MSG. We're not even going to really talk about NXT, but that was another great show that happened this week. But Tuck, before we get into all that good stuff, you see me wearing one of our pieces of merch that we have available. Why don't you tell everybody else what we got at the OnTheMarkWrestlingPodcast.com?
OnTheMarkWrestlingPodcast.com. Ladies and gentlemen, tons of different pieces of clothing you could buy, but also housewares. We got coffee mugs, beanies. We are entering beanie season.
That's right.
Ian's
We're
showing
in it.
off the embroidered cap. We've got tapestries. We've got things. We have things that you can buy with your money. And when you buy them with your money, some of that money becomes our money. And that's the kind of money we like. So visit OnTheMarkWrestlingPodcast.com and give us your money with please and respect and kindness.
And also, we're going to stay on the kindness path. I want to apologize for the wrestling junkies for intruding on their usual time. They are live right now as well, but they're a part of the Main Event Wrestling Network, as are we, and we are doing some great stuff over there. We got a bunch of live shows, blogs, podcasts, you name it. We got it, a great group of individuals over there. So make sure you're following us over here at OTM so you can keep up with all the weird start times, because sometimes we do change things up with a big week like today. So make sure you're following the network as well at mainevent_net. And Ian, we are getting closer to you going live for 24 hours. You did promise us once we reach 500 subscribers that you would do a 24-hour stream, and we are only 14 away from that. How you feeling?
Scared. I am scared. I need help. I don't know how I'm going to do it. So subscribe.
Yeah.
I think let's sprinkle in a dash of chaos. It's the minute we hit 500, no matter what.
That's-
Ian
Even if you're at work, you just have to go live, brother.
has to put his job. Sorry, I'm out for the next 24 hours.
See? Producer
Shut up,
Bert's
Bert.
in on it. Yeah.
Shut up, Bert.
It's good that he showed up. He was here the entire time. It's not like he showed up after we hit the go live button, right, guys?
That is true.
Kind of weird because we talked about it being weird that he wasn't here, but then all of a sudden he is here.
It's kind of like Joe Hendry if you think about it. You say his
How do
name
you
and he
end up late?
appears.
How do you end up late because you're sending a tweet?
I mean, that's
point.
also. Hey,
Well,
it's fair
all
down Bert.
He had all day to send the tweet.
It's a well thought out tweet.
It was. He said 4. So make sure you're following our super producer Bert as well. I think it's at BT Haskell on X, if I'm not mistaken. He'll correct me if I'm wrong. But
The tweet was, what was the tweet? Has anyone seen
well, the tweet was, how many wins are the Bears going to get the rest of the year? And he said 4.
I said 4 as well, but it's either.
I say 3. I say 3, yeah. But I could see 4. 4 is very possible, but we'll save that talk for Family Divided, right? Because that show's bad.
Well,
Shout out Family Divided.
yeah,
Shout out.
Good episode, by the way.
Hey, thanks, man. It was great to be back, but obviously we're not going to be doing that regularly like we do OTM every single week because pro wrestling's just popping large, as Ian would say. That's another thing that's at the merch store. That's another thing. By the way, Bill's going to his very first indie show. Surprised he's never been to an indie, but he's going on Friday, and he's going to see Mike Santana and Trey Miguel. It's not a bad start, guys. We've seen them both, I think, at indie shows.
Absolutely. And, do you remember your first indie?
Stadium Series
do.
Warrior for me.
Stadium Series Warrior was mine as well.
Yeah,
Main
mine
of-
was that. My
Black
first
Label
indie
for
was
you?
that Black Label in the Crown, off the Square gym. They don't run it there anymore.
Like literally right down the street from me.
Yeah.
Well, they still do
on-
run there behind. They run behind Buddies now with the RDS gym.
that other.
Which
kinda weird
we've
gym.
all been. We went during COVID. Remember that? Ethan Page
Yeah.
was there, which is
Billy
crazy
Starks,
now.
clap your hat off.
Well, that was a different show, but yes, we were. I
Same
was
gym.
there for that. Yeah, same gym.
Yeah. That
Same
first
moment.
card: Marco Stunt, Ethan Page, Jordan Grace, Darby Allin.
Alex Shelley, I think, was on that card too, if I'm not mistaken, because they were running a tournament. I remember seeing him win a
I
tournament.
think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, because he beat. Oh yeah, he beat Billy Starks. Look at us. reminiscing.
Some
Indies are
names.
fun, Bill. You're going to love it because there's a sense of attachment to it.
Warhorse was on that first show before he was Warhorse.
Well, now he's back to being Warhorse. There was a time where he took a break from the Warhorse gimmick, so I think he finally brought it back.
PCO. I'm looking at this card, and there's so many names you still know.
See?
Kevin Koo is still out there. Gringo Loco versus Puma King.
Hey, I don't love Billy Starks. We're just feuding. That's all.
Yeah. When are we gonna have the blow off for that feud?
I don't
Kylie Ray
know.
was on that card too. Yeah.
Kylie Ray, she's pregnant again, gonna have her second kid. So congrats to her. Unfortunately, I think with the timing in life, though, we probably won't be seeing Kylie Ray in WWE again. But best to her. It was her decision, and look at that. Finally, even though it's on a different day, we have Dirk Vogus in the chat. And Dirk, that's a great name, by the way.
Hey, anybody named Dirk sounds like a stand-up individual.
What a name, right? Dirk Van Fleet.
It was impressive.
Hey, he's ready, baby. He's like Matt Cardona, always ready.
No, he's dead. Matt Cardona's dead.
No, Zack Ryder was dead and he came back to life.
That's true. That's a good
Fun
point.
that Corey Graves mentioned that. That was funny.
It is. I like how they lean into it
It
now.
was a different name a week ago. Well, it doesn't make you feel stupid. Like they try to make you feel dumb. They used to.
Yeah, they kind of acknowledge it now. Great Brown Hope, what's going on? Main event moves only. He's in the chat.
The ring is filling up. This
MVM
MVM
hot.
Battle Royale is heating up right now. I'm excited to get to work and chat it up.
Okay, let's get to work and chat it up then. Let's talk about
better
Monday Night
11
Raw.
minute. A Cody Rhodes compilation is a better excuse than a tweet of a number for being late, right?
Yeah, no, that's definitely
fair.
better.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you saw it on the night shift. Kind did a nice little edit of Josh Briggs' face on the Joe Hendry. We tweeted that out. We're playing that every time Jay Gold now mentions Josh Briggs. So it's definitely check it out on X after the show. But boys, let's talk about it. Monday Night Raw, MSG, John Cena's final Monday Night Raw. And of course, John's got to kick the show off. And what an ovation he got. Well deserved, of course, for the GOAT. And, I didn't really know what to expect. We saw Dominic Mysterio come out. It makes a lot of sense because they've been feuding the past couple weeks. And John Cena wanted that Intercontinental title match that night, Tuck. And Dom said no, that's going to happen in San Diego. So we got an impromptu six-man tag there. We got Sheamus and Rey Mysterio involved. It felt like 2011 all over again. But how'd you feel about the usage of John Cena's final Raw? Because it was very interesting that they put him in a tag match, especially a six-man, in my opinion.
For me, I really I understand it because we talked last week that Cena's second to last. I thought he was going to go to War Games. How do you just become Cena's second to last opponent, but you have to fight to become the final one? And
what did I tell you last week?
Well, and we talked. We mentioned that it makes perfect sense for him to fight Dom at Survivor Series. Dom can pull the belt off of him, and that leaves the rest of that tournament wide open because that's what's been fun about this last time is now tournament. I think we'll be able to remember it now. In a couple of years, the last time is now tournament was a springboard for so and so or this happened. So, and then it made sense to me Cena's past with Rey Mysterio and Sheamus, get them out there, get them in the ring together. They were in the ring in his last year, trying to get who you can in the ring, and that's why I also thought maybe it was going to be War Games because then 9 other people could have said they had a match with him at a PLE.
Right. What a great group though to go against that team with the Judgment Day because they're going to bump their ass off and make those boys look good. But it felt like a house show match to me, Ian. I don't know if you got a chance to actually watch the match, but playing all the hits, the good guys get the win. I see no harm, no foul here, and just it's a slow build to Dom and John at Survivor Series, which is honestly a pretty big match now.
Yeah, and Dominic Mysterio, he calls San Diego home, which I think technically is his home, but who knows where he's from. But it doesn't necessarily make you look forward to that match anymore, but it was fun because it was you could look back and say, what was John Cena's last match on Raw? And it was, the Rey Mysterio and Sheamus. Oh, I know those guys. Yeah, they were in that match at least. And like you said, it was just kind of playing the hits, and it was nostalgia, and it was hitting pretty hard. I enjoyed the match. I thought in general it was good.
It's it's hard to make every single match matter in such a short time too. the last match on Raw, last PLE, or Survivor Series, and so I think it made sense. And like Kind said, and Kyle, you pointed at it, house show vibes. I think they just took advantage of that place being absolutely packed to the gills.
They were going to be hot for anything, Tuck.
There's some reason, and so they tied up some loose ends. And the Judgment Day was the perfect set of candidates given JD McDonough, Finn Balor, Dom, that group, and they're selling the shit out of the Scattaboo spot in the corner.
Oh, that got Giants fans mad.
Well, dude,
fuck them.
I also that was also my first reaction. I was like, "Is he hurt?" Well, it doesn't.
He was on the IR.
Looks fine enough to do that. Okay, like I wasn't upset because he's not on my fantasy team or any of that shit. But I liked that those guys got physical, but I'm also like, did the Giants know that was going to happen?
He had to address the situation on Twitter the next day.
Well, yeah, but like anytime, because it wasn't just him from the Giants.
No.
Anytime you get out of your seat too fast, if I'm paying dudes millions of dollars, kids pay to play in my program, and I still do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tuck, you went into a tunnel again.
Yeah, and it's probably just.
We don't know what you're saying, but
you're
Ian, get your thoughts out. I know you have some thoughts here.
no.
Is
First
it
off,
back or no?
Yeah,
you're
you're
back.
good.
You're back.
I touched nothing the whole time.
I knew that was going to piss you off.
I just want to mention Andrew Santino. Please get him off anything WWE related. That guy, I hate him. Know the moment, dude. Cam Scattaboo, who just got hurt, is trying to have his own spot, and he's like trying to get in the camera. I'm like, Santino was. Fuck that guy. Anyway, that was fun.
Well, you just wanted to rant about that guy that has a
Yeah.
Netflix special?
Fuck that guy. He's not funny.
Tuck was under the water. Please help.
Yeah, what did you want to?
That's a deep cut for anybody on TikTok or Instagram Reels. But
Am I better?
yeah, you're good, man.
You're good.
You're great. You're not good. You're great. Which,
I'm
by the
old
way, no, you're not old Greg.
Greg.
Greg Geerling's old Greg.
Old Greg Geerling.
Shout out to Greg Geerling and shout out to the fitness group chat. Boys are getting after it. You love to
Because
see it.
every season is fitness season, boys.
That's right. True that. I don't think he was talking about Santino Morella. You were
No,
talking about
Andrew Santino, and he probably is saying that he loves Andrew
Oh,
Santino.
he's
because you
talking
don't know
about the
comedy.
comedian. Yeah,
Not
I don't.
Funny.
I don't think Kill Tony's funny either. That's a topic for
it's
another
lost
day.
me,
Yeah, that's it. They've kind of
They've simmered.
got away from what was working for them.
Yeah.
But we could talk about that off the air for sure. What's Kind saying? The Bad Friends
Oh my
podcast
God,
is funny.
this is the
see?
wrong. What is our
Well,
audience?
he's a 20-year-old kid.
That's
you know,
true. That's fair.
like I grew up listening to Barstool podcasts, but now you couldn't catch me paying attention to anything Barstool. Just not. I'm too old now. I'm monk.
Internet Invitational, by the way. It was a golf thing. Amazing. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Shout out to Beef.
Damn straight, yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P..
Yeah. StreamYard coming out with all these upgrades, but can't let Bert get a heart react here. I'm reading out the private chat on live here. It's
That
okay.
was weird to me.
Yeah. I can do what I want, you know. I didn't realize I was doing it until mid-sentence, but it's okay. Anything else, though, about John Cena's final Raw? It was good. It was fun.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed that it started off the show and it was just that.
That's it.
And that was it. I'm like, oh, that kind of sucks. I was on the rest of my, at the tail end. If we'll talk about the segment, I was like, maybe Cena comes out for this, but I didn't want to read too much into it. But yeah,
They could have maybe brought Cena out too for some of the last time is now tournament matches. That could have been a nice wrinkle.
just have him like
ringside.
have him sitting on a chair or something.
Just
Well,
scouting.
Maybe he's on commentary for the final or something.
Yeah, he could do that. Well, isn't he? I think he's. He's picking teams for NXT deadline, but I don't know if that means he's actually going to be at NXT. It's probably just going to be a pre-record. And Kind got to talk about that too, that meet and greet that he did on the night shift. So definitely check that out. Shout out to Kind for stopping by the night shift. Kind got to meet John Cena for I think it was $250 American dollars. So honestly, not a bad deal in my opinion.
I wouldn't do it still, mainly because I'm poor.
Fair enough. Tuck, would you do it? I'd do that.
I would do that. Would I? Okay, for $250, I get a picture and an autograph.
Yeah, and he got to talk to him for a little bit too.
I don't know that I've spent more for worse, but I feel like that would be good.
Yeah, for John Cena.
I think I have Sting, Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels. Those are my three.
Oh, and Daniel Bryan.
And Daniel Bryan. I got a picture with that. Yeah, Daniel.
That was an expensive one.
Yeah.
I did $250 for HBK too, but he'd have to let me chat with him for a little bit, maybe give me a job.
I got
Stuff like that.
my signed HBK was 125.
Oh, that ain't bad.
No.
That's worth it. Hey, HBK is one of the GOATs, right? Jay Gold said he spent 90 for Mercedes. No, he was saying like you would have to spend 90 for Mercedes last night. He was comparing it to like John Cena. So he's like saying, well, if you look at that, then Mercedes isn't really worth the $90. It makes John Cena look good for $250. Bang. And now he's meeting Kurt Angle. Look, what does Kai do for a living?
Meets wrestlers.
There's ways.
Hey, the grind don't stop. We see you, kind. And Bill said I didn't even get to talk to Ric Flair for $200. That
Probably
doesn't
couldn't talk
surprise
to
me.
you. That's probably why.
Probably would have been slurring his words a little bit, you know? But let's move on from John Cena to John Cena's ex, who killed the crowd in MSG. Couldn't care less for Nikki Bella attacking Stephanie Vaquer. Ian,
Way.
you did, yeah, as she would say, Vaquer. Ian, you didn't get the chance to talk about this last week because she turned heel.
I was gonna. I didn't even see your guys' opinions because
Yeah, go ahead.
This entire feud, you knew this was gonna happen. No one cared. They were like, they mix like water and oil. Why is Nikki Bella being best friends with Stephanie Vaquer? Is this like a cheap push for Vaquer? Vaquer is already over. You don't need Nikki Bella in 2025 to help her get over. Yeah, this feud's gonna be a thing. It's gonna happen.
There's no chance Nikki's winning, right? I feel like that would kill Stephanie Vaquer's momentum.
Today's WWE booking, probably not. Maybe a couple years ago, maybe.
Well, like I get it.
The surprises,
WWE does this too. Like they bring back veteran talent to elevate the next generation, but it gets to a point with that women's division where they are so strong. I don't even think they need any of these vets to come and help elevate them. Because Stephanie Vaquer was getting over on her own. Io Sky got over on her own. They didn't need any elevation. So how much, Tuck, let me ask you, how much elevation does this really do for Stephanie Vaquer if she defeats Nikki Bella? Because to me, it's just a stepping stone at this point.
This is the she's crossing the starting line of the race. Nikki Bella is the bib that gets her into the race. It's not... to me, it's that first title run, right? She'll be able to. It's going to mean more in 5 years when you see that she beat Nikki Bella.
It's a resume builder.
You're not going to remember the match, but I will tell you, Nikki Bella has a relative that I work with, and her relative is not happy that she's a mean
Bad
person
girl.
on TV.
Interesting.
What?
She's disappointed. Yeah, I have a ELL specialist that I see every day. She works with students that are English as a second language, and Nikki Bella is her niece.
Well, let's hope that she's not listening to the podcast because we've been absolutely trashing Nick.
The crowd needs to get behind her. Honestly,
you know what? Nikki Bella's an up and comer. She needs a push, guys. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
The people
I said what I
listening.
said.
Oh, he stands on business.
Yeah, that's fair.
Brett says you can't convince me that Nikki came back to try and ruin some of Cena's farewell tour.
No, I would imagine it was more of a, hey, we have this John Cena reunion tour happening. This is, and they're like, we need somebody in the women's division to do this and kind of come back and kind of capitalize on this nostalgia. Oh, Nikki Bella, she's always down for the spotlight.
You got that right. At this point, let's just be happy we're not hearing Brie mode anytime soon. Nothing against Brie
People
Bella.
want her back.
Who?
Have you not seen this? It's like, Brie Bella's gonna hit different when she returns.
That return would not hit. But a return that did hit at MSG this week, Dolph Ziggler, he's here to show the world. It was rumored, it was speculated. I hate that. I hate that it leaks the day of. Why can't we just let a surprise be a surprise? But nonetheless, the crowd was surprised. You heard that reaction, Tuck. The roof, I mean, that was a pop almost as big as John Cena got. And it was John Cena's final Raw in the Garden, or not the Garden, at MSG. So Dolph Ziggler answers this open challenge. Makes a lot of sense because he's got a lot of history with John Cena. He loses to Solo Sikoa, which is fine by me. But I see a lot of people frustrated, Tuck, so I'm curious on where you stand here on all this. I think you're going to side with me.
I was actually a little disappointed that it was Dolph Ziggler.
Really?
Well, I missed peak Dolph Ziggler.
You did.
I got Jobber Ziggler on the way out. In when I started and when I came back into it. So I appreciate, respect, understand. I did not have an expectation, and so I was looking forward to who the mystery opponent was, and then his music hit, and I like slumped my shoulders.
That's fair. You weren't a part of that era.
Just, and so like for me, I thought it was cool. It makes sense. I like that. I still like the TNA relationship, and so to me, it was just like, oh, okay, like all right, I get it, okay. But the counterpoint to my dissatisfaction was the fact that I didn't have someone better in mind. Like I wasn't thinking about a Hall of Famer or somebody else. I just loved the Matt Cardona one and the Zack Ryder re-debut because because I've been a Matt Cardona only guy, and so seeing that, and so just different experiences. But Dolph Ziggler is a guy that I feel I need to do some homework on.
Yeah, because I'm going to say it. I think he's the best seller of my generation when I grew up of watching. In ring, I don't think anybody works as hard as he does. I could show you a long list of Dolph Ziggler matches that you'd really enjoy. One of the moments, obviously, and that was cash-in vibes in MSG. That's how loud that crowd was when he did cash in against Alberto Del Rio. And then, of course, him running the table at Survivor Series was a huge moment. Like Dolph Ziggler, Ian, I know you know about Dolph. You were a big fan of his when he was in WWE. He honestly, in my opinion, I know Bill Moss is a hater in the chat. I think Dolph Ziggler was one of the most underutilized talents that the WWE had.
Well, yeah, if there's one word that describes Dolph Ziggler, and it's kind of like the common term for him, is underrated. He's always at like the top 3 underrated wrestlers ever, all time. Because he didn't really have those moments that you look back. I mean, he's had the cash-in, he's had the world title, but also when you look back on it, it's like, oh man, yeah, your accomplishments aren't that great. And that's just because he's that good at doing his job and he's that good at putting other wrestlers over, which is why they put him up with Solo. Because Solo is a guy that has so much stock in him. And
yes.
I think Triple H is like, yeah, this is going to be one of our top guys at some point. I know it's slowed down ever since the whole Tribal Chief stuff has kind of slowed down, but Solo Sikoa is still really, really good, and he's got a really devastating look and a devastating finisher. So let's throw Dolph Ziggler out there. Remind everybody.
How about that cell on the spike?
Yeah.
He looked like he was dead.
I just want to say, because like I was thinking about this after it happened, like what kind of killed Solo's momentum was John Cena's match when he had to take like 10 spikes or something like that. And everyone's like, oh, okay, now the move doesn't look that devastating. This to the throat would suck. I don't care.
That would knock the wind out of your breath for sure. No doubt. But Dolph Ziggler looked good in that match too.
That'll knock the wind out of your breath.
Yeah. It makes sense if you don't think about it. Leave it to Tuck to point out shit like that. It's not like I do fucking podcasts every goddamn day of my life. I'm gonna mess up from time to time.
I love you.
I love you too. I'm sorry, I just had to get that out. But I honestly, this hit me right here because, like you guys know, I started watching wrestling in 2011, and that's kind of when the ascension of Dolph Ziggler started. He didn't really get into the main event scene until I believe about 2013, 2014. So that was a guy that me and Brett, our producer Bert, was watching growing up. I was wrestling in Dolph Ziggler t-shirts when I was doing my backyard wrestling, so this definitely hit for me. And to the people that were complaining about Dolph and Zack Ryder not winning their matches, why would they win over WWE contracted talent?
Well, and it would have to be, if somebody comes back and debuts, it's got to be Edge. Like it's got to be someone at
Jericho
at that level that can run the tournament to get to Cena. I don't know if Zack Ryder or Dolph Ziggler are those guys.
They're not even employed with the company. You're not going to give them that spot. I mean, it's a great moment, and that we got people talking about it. And that's a moment that Dolph Ziggler is going to look back on, and he even said it on Busted Open. That's probably a top 5 moment of his career right there. Because all the wrestlers say it, Ian. You don't know if they're going to remember you. Sure, you can make an assumption, But Dolph Ziggler was away for 2 years, and you wouldn't even know it going off of that reaction that we heard on Monday.
Yeah, and it's not like he left on like bad terms. He was released and he kind of left with a whimper. Like there was nothing like, oh man, that sucks that Dolph's gone. I mean, it was kind of like that for fans like you and I, Kyle, but it's like,
Yeah.
no one really cared. But the fact that he came back to that loud pop and he hasn't been making so much noise on the indies, like at first when he announced
He's
that he's
working
going to
TNA.
yeah, like cool, awesome, and came back and everybody loved him, which is I could only imagine how awesome that must feel to be basically like a long-term mid-carder when you're with the company. Like that's got to be awesome.
And you get that main event moment right there. Even though he lost, Solo was the right guy to win. It was still awesome to see Dolph Ziggler back for one more time at MSG.
Did you guys see Cardona did a video with Major Wrestling podcast about like the whole setup, how he got back into the, how it all came together?
No, I don't think I saw that.
Well, it was funny because they were filming a Major Wrestling Figure podcast, and he got the call. And like
during the podcast recording,
you see him look down at his phone. He bolts out and he comes back, and he was like, and when he came back, he was like, "Dude, I've had a fucking problem with ADT. My security and my Wi-Fi is going off." And then on the I came back to WWE video, he was like, "That was all bullshit. That was WWE."
Good work, brother.
Yeah, dude, he got his gear together in less than 24 hours. Somebody got the gear made and shipped
Always
to
ready.
his hotel, and it was fun to hear about the logistics. And he mentioned, to your point, he's like, I had to ride that wave as long as I could, because come Monday at 8 p.m., nobody's going to remember, based on the cycle of the
pro
business
wrestling.
and
Yeah,
the way we live in now.
100% true. Matt Cardona is one of those guys that just gets it. And two great moments there in the tournament for John Cena's last time is now. Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder, and Dolph Ziggler. But we had plenty of moments on Monday Night Raw this week. One of them being a new Intercontinental Champion in Maxine Dupree. And I cannot believe I am saying this in the year 2025, because let's be real. At the beginning, Maxine Dupree, very green. Not good. She puts in the work. She takes the time in the dungeon and kind of evolves just in this year, 2025. You can make a case that she's one of the most improved wrestlers in pro wrestling today. She gets a moment beating one of the greatest of all time in Becky Lynch. Like her or not, she is one of the greatest of all time, thanks to the return of AJ Lee. So a lot to unpack here, Tuck. I think we know where we're going with AJ and Becky in the near future, but what a moment it was for Maxine Dupree, and I would say she deserved it.
Oh man, I wish she would. She got to raise the title on the ramp, like in the walkway. She didn't do it in the ring, but the way she won made sense. In that AJ returns, she gets that leg up. Becky's going to be occupied. What is I think the question coming from it is, what does this title reign look like? Is
it open challenges?
Is it? I don't think that's a smart idea, because
because she's still learning.
Dude, if they roll up to the arena and feel like they want to be the open challenge, there's plenty of women that you would pick, right? So it's interesting. I'm interested to see what this looks like.
Well, maybe they'll just treat her like Tatum Paxley. Tatum Paxley won the NXT title, got to hold it for a couple weeks. No harm, no foul. She lost it. She'll be fine. Maxine doesn't really need titles, but this is that defining moment, Ian, that she can look back on and be like, oh, this is what put me on the map. Now I'm here. Now I belong.
Yeah, for sure. And it's a resume builder. And like you said, she's been, when she first came up, she's got the personality. I don't think that's hard to argue. She's got the personality to be not necessarily a big star, but a notable star in the WWE, especially.
She's likable. That's rare.
Yeah, exactly. And like genuinely likable. It's not you're forcing yourself to like him because
it's her. Yeah.
Yeah. Because the female wrestler is hot.
And it's like not that. Mista saw Maxine Dupree on Monday and was not familiar with her, and she said she looked impressive. So the untrained eye was presented to somebody who doesn't know Maxine that well. She was like, "Who is that?" I was like, "Oh, that's Maxine Dupree," and she was like, "I don't," it's like wasn't familiar, and she looks good. She looks impressive, and so I was like, "Yeah, but this is going to probably be a squash." And it was not. So
It was not. It was good.
fun, and it makes sense. AJ Lee, Becky Lynch, they don't need the title for that feud to be good. Max. So there are things I thought that was it added to the show that I thought was already great.
Yeah, it's just another moment to talk about, and here we are talking about it. It's something you probably didn't expect either. This is a good shock because we talked about it, I think, during the lull. The usual lull that we experience after SummerSlam, we were telling WWE, give us some surprises, switch things up a little bit. Then Tuck even, I think, alluded to it last week, Ian, that this is pretty much the time where WWE fucks around and sees what's working. I think what they're doing right now is great. They have my interest once again. You know me, I'm always going to watch regardless, but now I'm actually invested into a lot of things.
Well, and also you have a packed Madison Square Garden. You better be taking some shots because it's going to hit. You're going to get the crowd to be into it. It doesn't hurt at all. And you have the nostalgia. You have John Cena's nostalgia. Like, you have all of that still. You have an action-loaded show, so this was probably, like you said, like, this was a shot in the dark. They're like, this might go really bad or really good. And
I think it went well.
Well, and there was a time period where we would watch weekly programming, no title matches, no title switches,
Never.
just plowing down the road.
Interference.
And then sold out Madison Square Garden. Maxine Dupree wins the Intercontinental Championship on a Monday night in November. Like, she will never forget it. What a great stamp on the start of a resume, if there is one, and this is the time to do it. Wouldn't make sense in February.
No, it would probably ruin everything. Yeah.
No, this might see what it would give it some legitimacy in February.
Yeah, and I want to give shine to what Kine's saying because he said it well. Maxine is a perfect mid-card woman. She's someone you can get behind. She's currently got a good character going. He's excited to see her develop in the coming months and how she's presented. And a big fuck you to everybody that says Becky Lynch buries talent.
I was going to say.
She makes talent.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch is one of the greatest of all time. Deal with it.
This entire run that Becky has been on, the entire run, Lyra Valkyria is, I mean, they've kind of simmered down with her a little bit with having her be paired with Bayley a little bit, sorry. But I love Bird Lady. She is awesome. She's fantastic because of Becky. Same with Bayley. Bayley got a little resurgence because of Becky. Give her some praise. As annoying as she is, and like, she does a good job at being annoying. So
I got to see Bird Lady last Saturday, too.
Jealous.
I was wooing, man. I almost lost my voice.
I saw the video. It was funny.
Woo!
That was Liarda.
It was Woo Liarda, and I was singing Blake Monroe's theme song too during her entrance. So shout out to Blake Monroe for the retweet and Zarya. Appreciate you too. That was dope. But let's move on. The last match we're going to talk about from Monday Night Raw, Gunther, who got his old Walter theme song back, the old Imperium theme. So right when I heard that, I threw everything out the window. You guys saw it in the group chat. I mentioned the fact that I thought Javon should win. I heard Gunther bring back the old theme, and I changed my mind real quick because Gunther's about to win this tournament now. I've seen enough. And what a great showing it was, though, for Javon Evans. First off, I want to give him some shine as well. But, Tuck, what did you think about this one?
Dude. What a way to make Javon Evans look like something, I think the Javon Evans type, hybrid, athletic, strength, speed, flight, is the perfect foil to Gunther. And so I thought it was a great clash of styles, a hard-hitting match, and immediately when Cena and Dom was announced for Survivor Series for the title, I immediately shifted my thought to Gunther, and this match justified it.
Yeah, what do you think, Ian, about this one? It's hard to disagree with what Tucky's saying.
Yeah, and I think this is the perfect spot to debut a person like Javon Evans, and who's dynamic and wrestling. His abilities is not common for the WWE audience. So at one point, I was really pissed at the start of the match because they were chanting "T-shirt guy" the entire match.
Green shirt guy, yeah.
And I'm like, what are we doing? This is Gunther versus Javon Evans. I get it. You guys are pretty common like fans, and they probably don't watch NXT. But also, this is Gunther versus Javon Evans. This is a main event at some point. We'll see it in the future again for sure. And I'm glad they allowed Javon to get that much offense in because the V-man, Mr. Vince McMahon, would not have allowed this to happen. It would have been an absolute squash.
No, and that would have ruined Javon, and
Yeah.
we didn't need that. Like, Gunther coming back to his old theme just gives him a different aura, too, I believe. He's just going to be that stone cold killer once again. And now I think he's easily going to win this tournament. Now, because especially with the wrinkle at Survivor Series, with the IC title being on the line, I think John Cena could easily drop that title. Then it would make plenty of sense, Tuck, for Gunther to defeat John Cena because there would be no title involved whatsoever, and he could just beat the crap out of him.
Yep, that unlocked the door. That was what we were concerned about. Was like he's gonna walk into his last match with his Intercontinental title.
Right.
Okay, yeah, Gunther for the W, Gunther for president.
Yeah. Oh, wait, Chicago fans suck. What? Why do Chicago fans suck? Where did that come from?
Bill Moss trying to get his ass kicked off the MVM candidate list for the evening.
I was going to say,
All-State Arena, Stone Cold Steve Austin's absolute favorite place to wrestle. Back up.
yeah, true. Some would say Stone Cold's the GOAT. And I would say I'm not voting for Bill Moss to win MVM because I was one of those Chicago fans this past Saturday, and the Chicago crowd was brilliant for NXT Live. So, Bill, enjoy living on the East Coast like a loser. You ain't getting all the PLEs like we are. Chicago, the best wrestling city, gets all the good stuff because we bring the boom.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
I miss Big AJ, even though he has a match, doesn't he?
No. Does not.
No, I think he does have in the
Does he?
pre-show. Know your AEW, buddy.
Damn.
I thought that was your brand.
Yeah, that's my favorite brand. I actually did not watch WWE at all for the last
Kind
7
working
months.
hard in the comments.
Bill, what are you listening to? It must be a WWE production issue because every time I've been in Chicago, it has been super loud. Charlotte got booed out of the building. We couldn't even hear Charlotte talk. So how are they not loud? You're actually pissing me off now, Bill.
That was the rattle. That
Getting
was the
rage baited.
Charlotte Flair rattle segment.
He is rage baiting me, isn't he?
Yeah, you're fall for it, brother.
I gotta
Get
calm
worked.
down.
Going
Take
heel.
it
Take it
easy.
easy.
Have you tried turning the volume up? It's a good question. Fair enough. Last thing, final segment for Monday Night Raw. We got the return of Brock Lesnar because we obviously knew he was going to be the fifth and final member of the War Games team for the Division. And the OTC returned in the Garden because Roman Reigns has the best schedule in the world. You know, you could take a couple weeks off and then return 2 months later. It's great. Ian's got his hand up. What do you
Yes,
got?
I would like to start this because I have a feeling I know what you guys are going to say. And
War Games!
none of this makes me care anymore about War Games. Sorry. It doesn't. This is pure babyface versus pure heel. It doesn't get me anymore.
That's terrible. That's never worked. And
I genuinely, like, it all happened. I'm like, okay, cool. We got some good pops. I'm glad they're, glad one of them is back.
Yeah, I was going to say.
It's like, it's...
So the War Games match is not moving you whatsoever.
No.
I think this segment saved the build to War Games talk. Like, now they got me. And maybe it's just because there's such history with some of these guys, especially Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. That'll be interesting. And then Brock Lesnar thrown into the mix, too, with Paul Heyman. I think it'll be a pretty good War Games.
the stars are in War Games.
All
Brock
of them.
Lesnar, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Logan Paul, a star in a couple ways. Drew McIntyre. There's so many names. I'm excited to watch it. And I think I'm getting to the point now where I'm not expecting a weeks long build to get to this War Games match.
Yeah.
And hoping that the quality of the match is what we remember from it. Like some of those NXT War Games style matches. I'm excited to see Brock Lesnar in a War Games match, but he's got to come out last, doesn't he? Like
Yeah.
he's going to have the shortest amount of time, but now I got to find a way to get to San Diego.
Yeah, dude, I was going to say they kind of sold me there on this show alone. Monday Night Raw was good. And to go with Bill's comment there, actually, Bill, I think that's a fair suggestion. I don't think it harmed anything with them doing physicality here in this segment. But also shout out to Brittany for the AI questions earlier. We appreciate that. I wanted to throw that out there. She's trying. I respect it. Okay. Hey, no, that's a fair question. We can you can answer that one. Where's the first one, Brett? There you go. What do you think, Ian? Answer your girlfriend's question here. Which current storyline has the most long-term potential and why?
It has to be the War Games for me, like any of the 15 storylines that are going into this from the past 2 years, because I'm like, how do they tie in together? That's my issue. So, good question by Brittany. Shout out.
Shout out.
That's my girlfriend.
Shout out, Brittany. War Games isn't as special as it once was in the late 2010s. I think having it annually every year at Survivor Series is kind of dwindling its hype, and I think that's a fair point. I honestly do.
It's supposed to mean something, and it's just like that's why I'm like kind of upset about it because it's like this is just War Games for the hell of having War Games every single year. Like that's it, and they're trying to get that same energy of, these are the biggest guys. They have the best entrances. You're gonna sing to them. It's just, I don't know. It's not moving me. I will be watching. I'll be seated, but.
Hey, fair enough. To each their own. I'd like Brock to barge past Braun Breaker in the cage when waiting to come out. And then after the heels win, Braun spears Brock, setting up a little feud. Okay, I wouldn't be mad at Brock and Braun, but I don't see that as the vision, if you get my drift.
I don't get it.
Okay. Fuck you. Just bring back traditional 4-on-4. Hey, we're getting one on SmackDown. MFT versus the Wyatts. I actually do like that we're getting that on SmackDown. Maybe it should be actually on Survivor Series, though,
It should be OTM versus OTM.
How about OTM versus fake OTM, boys? Come on, dude. When I took my picture by the ring, you know who was behind me? Fake OTM was behind me.
Really?
Yeah, when I took my picture by the ring, fake OTM was taking pictures with fans. Fake OTM and Blake Monroe. Get fake OTM out of here. I only want to take a picture with the glamour. It's bullshit. Get them out of here. So overall, very fun Monday Night Raw. We got to go quick through AEW Full Gear because AEW Dynamite is actually starting in 13 minutes, and I would like to watch as much as possible live. And also this Saturday, live at 11 a.m. Central, that's noon Eastern, Main Event Mixer, episode 34, AEW Full Gear. It'll be Ian, myself, the Wrestling Junkies, and our friend Pluggo from Love Wrestling and Between Two Beards. We're going to go through the card more in depth, like I said, noon Eastern this Saturday, so make sure you're following us at mainevent_net so you don't miss out on that. But we're going to make this quick. We're going to run down the card that I have here. Granted, it could be wrong, so if there is anything wrong or anything I'm missing, chat, let me know. Tuck, we're going to go quick. Give me a few thoughts. Pac versus Darby Allin. This makes sense because they just had the blood and guts match, and I know you're digging the way Pac's looking.
And it is for me. I wouldn't be surprised if Darby Allin wins, given his resume. But gosh darn it, I'll pay just to watch Pac for 10, 12 minutes. He's packed and
beefy,
and I love it. Yeah, go Pac.
Is he on the Obafemi workout plan?
Hold on. Relax to hear. Did you just hear what you said?
You could say go. You could say go after you say go Pac.
One go. And that's it.
Just say go Pac go. You could do it.
No, and I didn't. It was not a silent K. It wasn't when I said it. I didn't say it.
Hey Brett, real quick, bring up that question from a new watcher here. I'd like to address that real quick. We always got to show some love to the new fans. So shout out to Pyrus Wrestling here. He asked, "Do you think El Grande Americano needs to debut a Lady Americano or a Lady
Britannica.
Britannica, there we go. To have other countries with El Grande Americano."
Yes.
No.
El Grande Americano and Lady Britannica.
It's a mouthful.
It's Brittany. Brittany's debut. She's wrestling.
It's Brittany, bitch. WWE versus NXT Survivor Series would be awesome, Bill. I missed that. We were there for that, right, Todd? When they did main roster in NXT?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun. Pac versus Darby Allin. What you got, Ian? What do you think?
You got to go Pac because Darby Allin could take a loss at any moment, but also there's no stipulations, so if Darby just gets himself disqualified for whatever reason, I know they barely do it in AEW, but it would kind of make sense. I'm hoping at some point this is going to lead to the Death Riders kind of not dismembering, but kind of having
their
a new
own
reform.
Thing.
Yeah, having a new reform. Darby Allin has said it that the Death Riders, he's got nothing wrong with the Death Riders. It's John Moxley that he's got a problem with. So if they kick John Moxley out, that leaves room for Darby.
Yeah, fair point. And I like what you said, too, about Darby not really being harmed by a loss, but it still feels like, to me, that they're slowly building him back up into the main eventer we know he is. So I think he needs this win more than Pac. Even though Pac just returned and he's looking great, I'm going to go with Darby Allin here. So next match, $1 million on the line. Real money, Ian. Mm-hmm. This is not a gimmick. Young Bucks and Josh Alexander versus Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega. Very interesting teams here, but definitely could be a very fun match and might steal the show, honestly.
Well, it's so funny. The Young Bucks saga of matches that have been happening just with a cash prize. They're basically prize fighters that don't ever get the prize. I've been loving it because I think it's extremely entertaining, mixed in with the BTE stuff they are releasing nowadays because they're back. It's been all fun, and you have the Don Callis of it all in the story.
Always
having Josh Alexander. Yeah, Don Callis is always there whenever it comes to anything AEW. So this kind of just feels like an old school AEW match. And I'm thinking you get Young Bucks and Josh Alexander a big win here because
sure.
You have Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega still have some beef, little hidden beef, but they have beef. And plus, I think it adds a little wrinkle into Young Bucks maybe or maybe not joining Don Callis.
Yeah, I hate that you're saying everything that I'm agreeing with. And by the way, you don't have to say too much. You got to save some of this stuff for the mixer. You don't want to give them all the goods. Don't want to give them all the good stuff here. Even though this is the A show around these parts. Acknowledge us. Thank you, Tuck. Jeez. Took you too long. Way too long.
I like that
Quicker.
one. I like this acknowledge.
You're better than that.
I value all the.
We do value them. Yes.
Yeah, I value everyone. So I'm just nice.
Bill's going with dinosaur people in the cleaner. I love that. Well, what else we got here, Brett? Pull up Kind's long comment. I was trying to pull it up. I think it's got to be the Young Bucks and Josh. The story with the Young Bucks is phenomenal. Match of the night for me. Yeah, I'm going to agree with Kind. I'm going with the Bucks and Josh Alexander. What about you, Tuck?
I'm going Young Bucks and Josh Alexander.
That's right. And thanks for the acknowledgement, Kind. We appreciate you, MVM. Let's move on here then to the next matchup. This one is probably the match I think I'm looking forward to the most just because of the story that they have invested into Mark Briscoe these past couple months. He actually feels like a legitimate single star now in AEW, which once, unfortunately, his brother passed away, I didn't see this being a possibility for Mark Briscoe. Here he is in a very realistic chance to win the TNT title. I don't think he's going to win it because I think there is more fun things to come of Mark Briscoe joining the Don Callis family, dressing up in a suit, just looking awkward. It's just classic pro wrestling like that right there. They can go to that fun story. Mark eventually will get the title, I think, but as much as I want him to win, Tuck, I'm going to go with Kyle Fletcher to retain.
That's what I see in this match as well. I think because of where Mark Briscoe has got himself, I think this is going to be an interesting layer to the story. And now he has kind of this credibility to earn the camera time. To me, I think he's earned it, and I'm excited to see the layer actually. And I think Kyle Fletcher's pretty good at this wrestling thing.
I would say he's very good.
Yeah.
Ian, any additional thoughts?
Yeah, so also on top of it, if Kyle Fletcher wins one more time, he is the most winningest TNT champion, or the most defenses in a single reign. So you have that going for him as well. Yeah, I mean, I think he's been every week, Dynamite and Collision, so it's been kind of insane. Definitely every Collision.
Are you still keeping up with Collision or no?
I watch from time to time, definitely the highlights, and if I am in all office Monday, I'll have it off to the side. Sorry, work, but yeah. No, I think I like what you said about it. I didn't really think about that aspect of it, and making Don Callis family kind of have that.
There's a lot of good TV there.
Yeah, there's such a good comedic aspect to it. I would hope it's not on Collision. I hope it's on Dynamite because I think fans would appreciate that. And I think it would even grow Mark Briscoe even more as a singles guy. Because right now, we respect him. We respect how good he is. It's just, give us a little bit more.
I actually agree with you, Bill. I think Collision is a tough watch as well, which is why I think Sam's on Wrestling was right a couple weeks ago. I don't know if Collision will still be around, but I could be proven wrong. I know Ian would definitely want Collision to stay around because it gives other people TV time that probably aren't going to get it on Dynamite. But We're all going with Kyle Fletcher here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought somebody was going to go Briscoe. Fair enough. All right, we got a few more matches to talk about, and then we're going to get the hell out of here and watch AEW Dynamite. AEW needed another championship, apparently.
I was thinking the same thing, yeah.
I don't even know who's in this gauntlet, so my pick is Bobby Lashley. I don't care.
Is he in it?
I think he is.
Both Hurt Syndicate are in it.
That's why. I only knew the Hurt Syndicate and Ricochet's faction were in it.
Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Ricochet, Speedball, Mike Bailey, Kevin Knight, and that's all that's been announced. I would imagine Claudio as well. Death Riders.
Bobby's my pick. Tuck, you got anybody in mind?
Claudio.
Give it Shelton Benjamin.
All right. Ain't no stopping him now. There you go. Brodito versus FTR, tag team titles on the line. Ian, who's walking out with the belts? Tough.
This one's actually really tough because I don't hate either of them winning. Go with FTR. I think Brodito could eat a loss and still be okay.
Yeah, you're probably right. They are really investing some time into FTR lately.
Yeah, which I'm not upset with it because I think what they're doing right now is fun.
Well, yeah, you said it. You needed the old FTR back because they were getting stale.
Legend killers.
I'm going with FTR as well. Tuck, what about you? Clean sweep?
No, Brodito to retain.
Yeah. That's a 50-50 for me.
And that's kind of my only reason why. I'll just be the guy that picks the other team here. I'm excited for the match.
GBH. Man, I love you, brother, but that take is not true. FTR more overrated than LA Knight. FTR, man, dude.
There's so much wrong with that.
Their matches in NXT, I just think about those when that tag division was stacked. Oh, so good.
The FTR Briscoe's match is Supercard of Honor?
One of the greatest I've seen.
Their
series they had was great. Look at Kyle trying to tell Brett what to do. Can you believe that?
Who's Brett? I only know a Bert.
Oh, Bert.
Get his name right if you want to get him to do something.
Super producer Bert behind the scenes, who was actually Deadpool Bert the other week. Producer Deadpool, that is.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
It happened.
You never know what's going to happen. But we're going with FTR, and Tuck's going with Brodito. Let's move on. Chris Statlander looking to defend her title against Mercedes Moné. Mercedes needs her 28th title. I don't know if it's going to happen because I think they might prolong this a little bit longer. So give me Chris Statlander to retain via shenanigans.
I'm going with Mercedes Moné.
No, why?
How could she have all of those belts and not win another one?
I don't need another one, though. It's too soon. Chris just won the title.
All right, I'll go Chris.
Thank you.
Right.
Even though it's not going to influence anything. Not going to influence it. Because it's probably going to be Moné.
I'm going to make my choice. Kyle, you can close your ears.
Oh, wait, that didn't work.
Yeah, that didn't work. No, I'm going Mercedes to win because I think tonight, I think she is going to keep the ROH women's title.
That's on the line tonight?
Well, she's currently the, what do you call it?
2 minutes?
Yeah. Well, she's facing Red Velvet, and Red Velvet is the actual champion.
Stir it up!
Yeah, so I think she wins that title officially tonight and retains it, technically. And then I think she goes into Saturday and actually takes the title from Chris, because I don't know. It's from what I see, it's not getting the reaction that they wanted with Chris, which sucks.
And you know what I hate, too? The people that are saying that these titles are doing so much for these independent companies. I can't name you one of the titles she has. Not one.
Counter argument.
Locally to
and it's going to sell one show. Yeah, it's going to sell one show.
Maybe it does, and maybe that's the show that keeps the doors open for another year. And so I think it's both. I can't tell you, but again, there's a market for those smaller titles. Probably, like it does more for them than it does for her.
Right, 100%.
Correct
at this point.
Also correct. Chris Statlander needs her old theme back. I agree.
She has about 4 old themes.
Well, no, the most recent one was actually a good one.
Yeah,
my life, despise, tired of you wasting my time. Come on. You know it.
I don't know the words.
All right, fine. I listened to it at the gym.
I'm not a wrestling guy at the gym. Can't do it.
You're not a wrestling guy on a wrestling podcast?
Not at the gym.
At the gym, he had a condition. I am
He's got a lot of conditions.
Early 2000s hip hop rap guy lately.
Oh, in the gym?
The Yin Yang Twins.
Oh,
That's where I'm at right
definitely not the Whisper song though, right?
Brittany, huge Yin Yang fan as well. That could be one of her theme songs.
Have you gone? Hey, how you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear.
now. Not that one.
No answer.
No.
Ooh, it's all.
Yeah, there you go. Now we're vibing. I think it's our sign to give our last prediction here.
Yeah.
Main event, steel cage match. Hangman Page is going to retain against Samoa Joe. I love Samoa Joe. It's going to be a great match, but I think Hangman's retaining here, Tucky.
Yeah, me too. I think it's going to be awesome, though. And they spent time building the aura for Hangman Page in a steel cage too. And so I think Hangman retains. Third best match of the night.
Wow, we even got a third best match of the night prediction. I like it.
Rodito FTR will be number 1.
With the okay, I like it.
That's not hard to. Yeah.
Deep cut. All right, you gonna be the weird one, Ian?
Not weird because Samoa Joe's winning the title. It makes so much sense, dude. We have the old Samoa Joe back. This new combination of the whatever they called the ops.
Dude,
They're scary. They're a scary group of individuals, and their heel turn clicked really well because no one really cared about it, and then they doubled down on the heel turn, and I think it got a lot of people because everyone thought the first Hangman Page versus Samoa Joe match was a one-off, and this was this is just to get a match in, let Samoa Joe get a title match. Yeah, they doubled down on it, and I don't think Samoa Joe's going anywhere because. Sure, he's not as good as a wrestler as he used to be, I guess, but the dude is still threatening and is still Samoa Joe. Give it to Samoa Joe.
I have no doubts it's going to be a great match. I just don't think... I don't see the benefit of putting a title on an older Samoa Joe right now. Who's going to be chasing that title then? Who's the babyface you're putting on the chase against Samoa Joe? Is it Darby Allin? Probably. I can't think of another one.
I think it could be Powerhouse Hobbs turning on him.
Yeah, and then you're just turning another guy after they just turn. They literally just turned heel. The ops were babyface.
But also I think Powerhouse Hobbs is kind of getting the respect that he's been kind of quietly been getting on Collision. I don't know. I there's a story to tell because also how long are you going to have Hangman champ for? I get it. He's still getting the reactions and everything. It's just we're kind of running dry until
he's
MJF
their Cody
gets back.
Rhodes. He's their Cody Rhodes.
Who's the Drew McIntyre that just feuds with him?
MJF.
That's fair.
Okay.
Well, no, MJF and Hangman hit.
Fair enough. So you're going with a new AEW World Champion. Tuck and I are going with And Still, which then will take us to the end of our show because Dynamite is already underway. I'm sure we got people in the chat even watching it right now. So you know what time it is. The MVM title is always on the line. And Tuck, this might be someone's first time watching. Why don't you explain what that MVM title represents?
The MVM represents the most valuable mark, and the most valuable mark is the most valuable participant in the ring that we call the comment section, whether it be YouTube, Twitter. Can we comment on Twitter?
You can comment on Twitter, yeah.
Twitter, Facebook, you can be active. We get that too. It's not just quantity, it's quantity and quality. We saw Brittany bust through the curtain today with a few completely authentic
well-thought questions.
Authentic, not human questions.
Artfully, I can't even talk. Never mind. Go ahead.
And then, some could say it was a triple threat or a singles match with a run-in. But this evening, the most valuable mark is the person that we deem the best overall top to bottom, bell to bell.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be an And Still MVM of the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast. It is Kine, still champ. He doesn't get another reign for that, though. That doesn't go on the list.
True. Yeah, he just extended it.
Would like the official record to show that after 2 votes were submitted, my vote was for Brittany. So
there was no way that was serious.
Just wanted to make it.
You're just doing that to save face right now.
If there were minutes to this meeting, it would say that I voted for Brittany. So
it is true. But there is no update on the MVM of the year list because Kine doesn't get another reign. But there you go.
Ooh.
We're going to be voting on that too, or we still got to decide what we're doing for the OTMEs voting-wise, guys. We got to figure that out soon. Tuck, can you help me out with that? You free?
No, but just let me know.
I know, Tucker Talks Turf is going wild, isn't it?
We are off to an incredible start. The grass has been sponsored for next season, around $20,000. Dura Edge came in, gave us some infield mix for our edges, got a free blower. We've got new pitching rubber, home plate, set of bases on the way. We're over 3,000 on Instagram. It's been a fun, fast. It's funny. I've got over 3,000 on Instagram and 23 on Twitter. So
love that. Keep it up, dude.
It's the same, you know.
Make the forms need Gmail verification. That's
this
smart.
Is Kind saying this?
Well, because, he rigged the vote last year.
Bad.
Well, maybe he wants a fair vote now. Maybe he's a changed man. He's 20 now.
Kind now has 400 different Gmails from last year that he's just going to rip through.
That is true, actually.
Okay, Bill, that's hilarious. She's still in the 90-day non-compete clause. She's got to earn her stripes. That's fair.
Her contract's been up. I picked up her contract. We're good. We're good.
Multi-year contract is what I am hearing there. That's the rumors in the streets there. So I love to hear it. But Ian, any final remarks before we sign off for episode 269?
Yeah, listen, boys. I came in today with very limited sleep. I was in your beloved city of Bloomington, Indiana today for a total of 12 hours. Got home at about 6 o'clock, an hour before the show. I was a little worried that I would not be able to make the start time just for a second because the day was going really long, and I was like, oh, they're going to hate me since they moved the show for me. But made it here, and I was, again, very worried that I was going to be exhausted, but here I am talking fast, talking loud, talking proud.
What?
I had a good time. I'm excited because it's an AEW pay-per-view weekend, and that's the only company I watch.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. Ian's a tribalist, and we love tribalism over here, which means quite the opposite, actually, because the Main Event Wrestling Network, we say fuck tribalism over here. Make sure you're following the network, following us on all the socials. Tuck, why don't you send us home?
When it comes to tribalism, we have one tribe. And our tribe is for the people that like pro wrestling, that we enjoy, we celebrate pro wrestling. The Main Event Wrestling Network is a celebration of that love and passion for pro wrestling. And so we do have a tribe here at OTM in the Main Event Wrestling Network. And if you're a part of that tribe that enjoys pro wrestling, doesn't discriminate, doesn't hate watch, make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure that you've joined that tribe. Make sure you visit onthemarkwrestlingpodcast.com to satisfy all your wrestling merch needs for the On the Mark Wrestling Podcast specifically. And ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week. Thank you for listening to the On the Mark Wrestling
Podcast.